So since the last time we got the bed and everything squared up on the frame, we came in and added these tabs. There's going to be 8 of them total. Right now we've got 4 of them in there just to kind of get everything square so we can set the body and the front clip on there. So we just cut some plates, just little square plates, tucked them in the frame, had Jamaica weld them all in there nice and neat. We've got, like I said, we've got 4. We're going to add 4 more. We'll have to make a little exception for the one by the fuel tank cross member. Probably have to drill it out and then bolt it from the bottom side just where the bolt can go back through there. But we've got those on there. So after we welded in the mounts on the back, got everything squared up on the old mounts before we cut them off for the truck. So we're going to use the Ford mounts with the S&B filter body mounts. So we lined everything up on the mounts the way they were from Ford. I took the old rubber, and you can see it's notched right here. So it sits right down in the Ford mounts. So I stuck that through there. Used a small 12-inch drill bit to drill from the bottom through the top. And then I took a step bit and drilled from the top to the next step, and then took a 3/8 drill bit and drilled it the rest of the way. So it's all centered up on the mount and everything. So we had to do 6 holes. Some people will probably freak out because we drilled the floor pan, but it was the least invasive way to make everything mount up on the F-350 frame. So we got some bolts we're waiting on. These are a little bit too short, but they drop right down through there. Once I put the fat mat and the sound deadener down, put the carpet on top, you won't even know these bolts are here. Fortunately, if you look right back here, this area we're able to actually hammer down. We already did it on the other side to get it a little bit flatter. So everything's going to line up, bolt up, and be minimal, some people will say destruction, to the floor pan, to the cab, keeping it as original as possible. We're still able to use a lot of the structure from the square body. The holes actually go straight through the square body original mounting structure, just in about 3 inches off position. So that will make a lot of old school people happy and keep everything sturdy in the way it's supposed to be. And then up front, started working on the front clip to get it all squared off so it doesn't look like it was in a front end collision like last time. So we came in here, cut about 6 inches out of the cross member widthwise, about 2 inches deep. Had to cut some more out of the fender wells as well, but we got that cut out. Of course, we're going to get some mounts made up for the S&B filters cross member mount, core support mount. We'll get those mated up and everything so this isn't sitting, squeaking and rubbing going down the road on the frame. But we'll get it all in here and everything, get that tidied up. We'll probably either get this sandblasted or just strip it. We're of course gonna have to touch it up and paint it, fix a couple little things, run a few different options as far as the wheel wells, get them so they're not spraying mud and everything on the inside of the truck. But tonight we're going to start doing some cab mounts, get all that stuff squared away, and then we'll go to putting the blue truck back on the blue bed back on the blue truck, and then we'll start painting and stripping everything, get it kind of ready to paint the frame. So what we have here is we have the S&B silicone body mounts They're probably the most highly recommended mounts on the market over the OEM Ford ones, which you saw earlier kind of crumble apart. So they actually come with 2 pieces of silicone rubber, new plates that go between them. They have this little rubber silicone piece that kind of denotes top and bottom. Recapping what we did tonight, we have mounted the rear mounts to the frame. We got everything squared up, tacked them in place so they won't move anywhere. We'll get Jermichael in here to weld those up later this week. The front, we had to get a little creative to get it all squared up. So we took a chain and a chain jack, hooked it to the lift arm on the tractor, hooked it to the far side of the cab, pulled it because it was a little bit twisted with those back mounts. So we just slid it over a little bit. It's dead on the money now, so tomorrow we get our bolts in, we'll come in. Might have to re-drill the holes, not really sure yet. Get that done up front, get the back done, and then we'll be good to move on to spacing the back up a little bit, because you can see we got the cab where we need it at, but our bed gap is a little bit off. To be able to fit the gooseneck hitch, we're gonna have to bring the bed up a little bit anyways. So we'll get that dialed in, and after that, we'll take it apart. Put the blue bed back on the crew cab for now, clear everything off of the frame, put it on the gooseneck, take it up the road, blast it off, and then start painting it and putting everything back on there, start to make the frame look a little bit better, look all brand new and everything. And make sure to subscribe and leave a comment.